In today's video, I'm going to be discussing $14,400 for the entire year, plus monthly checks for the low income. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on. I know first off, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know that you've heard me talk about monthly checks and all of these programs that have been going on for the last couple years here. In fact, right now, there are numerous of these programs going on all across the country. Well, believe it or not, there are lawmakers that want to implement these ongoing monthly checks on a massive scale all across the country, and it is probably going to be inevitable sooner than later because of all the different weird things that are going on globally and domestically with our economy. This is almost an inevitable thing that'll likely happen sooner than later. And again, I do want to talk about the details here in this video because some lawmakers are suggesting $14,400 for the entire year, year after year after year, basically per adult on an ongoing basis. So again, that's a lot of money, and I think a lot of us would be very, very happy with that. And again, it is all focused on, always has been, always will be focused on low income. So I want to talk about the details, clarify exactly what they're saying here, as well as everything else you need to know about it. Let's jump into the details and talk about what's going on. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Again, only if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. I'm here for you every single day. I'm watching the headlines, doing all the research, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, and talking through things just like this right here every single day. There's a lot of things that are happening. Again, we all understand financially, we all need a whole lot more money. The last couple of years have been very, very tough financially for virtually everybody, especially the low income and fixed income. We know this. Again, I don't need to sit here and preach to you. You know the details. It's been really, really tough for everybody. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the details. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your support, and thanks for watching. All right, so let me talk about the details. Now, again, I want to talk about something I've said before in other videos, but again, just let me clarify really quickly. Guaranteed basic income. You've heard that before, right? In other words, basic income, no strings attached, monthly checks, whatever we want to call it, it's all referring to literally the exact same thing. But right now, across the entire country, we've seen over 150 of these guaranteed basic income programs showing up basically since the end of 2019. Now, 2019, yeah, was a number of years ago, but it's really not that long ago, and we've seen over 150 of these show up during that time. There's a lot of programs showing up all across the country, right? Well, these are all little pilot programs that are showing up, and do you understand what these are? They're little tests. That's literally what these are. They're little beta tests to see exactly how these perform in different areas around the country. Interesting how that works, right? It's exactly what they are. I mean, think about anything like a business or anybody. They implement little tests all the time to see, hey, how does this perform? Is it something that we should continue doing? What is the response on this? How about the beneficiaries that get the money? Are they enjoying a better lifestyle? Are they healthier? Are they living in a better, a safer community? Do they have better health care? Do they have better transportation? Whatever. The list goes on and on. Well, guess what they find? Yes to all those questions, okay? They found that with all of these questions, they find the exact same thing. They basically find that anybody that receives money from one of these guaranteed basic income programs is, better off financially. They have a better living situation. They have better transportation, better health care. They're eating healthier. They're maybe working out. Well, again, the list goes on and on. It's not all inclusive, but you get the list here, okay? So anyway, lawmakers, long story short here, lawmakers are on are in support here of a piece of legislation that is currently out there and has been out there for a while, which would implement $14,400 a year, okay? $14,400 a year per adult in the form of these ongoing monthly payments. Now, this is what they want. This is what they're proposing, I should say, okay? Just because they're proposing it does not necessarily mean it's going to go down in the same method in which it's proposed, but this is what they're talking about, and this is what they would like to implement, okay? But anyway, so what they want to do is establish a nationwide guaranteed basic income program that would be established and sent out, on a nationwide level, rather than all these guaranteed basic income programs that are established on the county level, the city level, the state level, things like this. this would be a nationwide program. Now, to clarify as well, no, it is not passed yet. Just like a million other pieces of legislation that are out there, the lawmakers have adjusted or have talked about and have introduced and said, oh, this is the answer. We've got to do this right away. And then nothing happens with it for years or ever, right? Kind of the same situation here, but there's a growing number of lawmakers that are going on board with this thing and suggesting we've got to get this thing done and we need to implement this type of program sooner than later before it's too late, okay? So anyway, $14,400 a year, by the way, is $1,200 a month per adult is exactly what they want to implement with these nationwide guaranteed basic income programs, okay? Which, by the way, if you want to look it up, the name of the legislation is called Support Act. Again, Support Act. Feel free to look it up if you'd like to. I always give you the names of the legislation so you can look it up and do your own research if you want to do so. By all means, look it up online. You can easily find it. No problem whatsoever. But this is what they're suggesting. Now, all of these programs are always 100% of the time focused on low income. Now, low income, okay, well, that's another big question in and of itself. Who is identified as low income? In this situation, they identify low income as an individual with an income of $75,000 or less per year, or a married couple of $150,000 a year or less. That's how they identify low income. In my opinion, that's not low income in my opinion, but whatever, it doesn't really matter what I say, okay? That's just my opinion. I'm just simply saying, I don't know about you, but I don't think 75 grand a year or 150 a year is low income, okay? That's a pretty solid income in my opinion. 150 grand for a married couple is a nice income, and I think any married couple would be very happy and probably pretty grateful for that, right? But anyway, this is what they're talking about, and again, a lot of this also comes in because of all of this takeover of AI and robotics and sophisticated technology and automation. A lot of this is happening right now, and it's pushing a lot of people out of the workforce. So they're saying that we got to implement some type of guaranteed basic income on a nationwide level, at least get the infrastructure in place so that when the time comes that we need to turn on the switch, at least the infrastructure is there, right? So anyway, this is something that's out there. I want to bring this to your attention. We need to continue watching all this very closely. The landscape has changed massively in the last, call it 4 years or so. We've seen some massive changes, some huge shifts in the economy and the landscape, and it's not going back. I know a lot of us think, oh, it's going to go back to normal someday. This is the new normal. We've heard this for a lot of time now. We've heard many people suggest that the new normal, right? Yeah, this is the new normal. It's weird. I know. I agree with you. So anyway, hope this helps you. But again, as always, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. As always, you're welcome to do that. Doesn't matter whatsoever. If you want me to come back and elaborate on this further in a future video or jump on a live stream and explain it further, let me know down below. I can certainly do that for you. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including the thousands in the video library, or down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I have some videos linked there as well that I've hand selected for you, or right now on your screen, you're going to see some videos popping up. Make sure to check out one of those so check out one of those videos, and so make sure you take your selection now, and I'll see you again in just a minute in the next video. All right, enjoy your day, take care, and I'll catch you again soon.